track out, and actually it's an old song. And Gary this song's probably about what, 6 years old?
It was written. It was written after my recollection. It was written after Leon passing.
Yeah, and it's just about still being here, having rust, but still going strong, and still making it every day and carrying on. And it's a pretty cool thing because also we wrote it with Huey Thompson, who has passed on too now, and Gary Rosington had a little CD, a cassette of it, of all things, and we had it on the list of songs to do for the record, and it just turned out great. Worked with Bob Marlette on it, the producer Bob Marlette, and came out awesome.
I like the simple life, the way it used to be.
The Simple Life, which is a very cool song. We wrote it with Jeffrey Steele, who's a famous songwriter out of Nashville, Tennessee. And it's just a cool song. I mean, I know in the verses we're talking about lyrically, it says, you know, laughing with old Barney, Andy, and Aunt B. We love Andy Griffith's show, you know. And it talks about just trying to be simple, you know, the simple things are really cool in life. And sometimes it gets way too hectic. And you're always trying to find something, you're always trying to make money and do this, and of course we have to, but you know, sit back, kick back, and enjoy your life a little bit. Just the music, just from the get-go, that song really just gets me, so I'm digging it.
Excellent. Thank you. Oh.
Yeah.
This is a good song.
Yeah, this song, it's got a great riff to it, real rockin' riff. And
actually, that was the first demo that we cut with Bob.
Yeah, sure was. First thing that we went in the studio with Bob Marlette, and
we wrote it with John 5.
And it's just about a girl-guy situation. Girl wanting everything. You know, getting your heart broke as a man, from a man's side, I think, from a man's point of view. But saying, hey, you know what? You ain't the only fish out there in the sea. So.
A little cynical.
Yeah, a little cynical on that. But it rocks, and it's a strong track on that.
Oh, it's very good. It's a good rock track. Southern Ways is actually, in a way, I just had somebody just tell me it was like Alabama Part 2. But actually, it's what you dream. You do when you're young. You have these dreams and these hopes and stuff that you want to accomplish. And you leave wherever you're leaving from, even if it's from somebody leaving from New York or whatever. You leave from where you're from, you go in search of things that you dream about and that you want to do and make in your life, and in reality you miss where you come from. And we come from the South, so we miss our Southern ways, and very simplistic, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's got a great feel to it, just love the riff. Actually, makes you feel good.
Actually, that was one that Bob Marlette and John 5 brought us, and gave it to us. And Johnny and I ended up doing the lyrics to it, and come out very good. It's very good.
It's got really kind of I would call it a dedication, or just a thing of the whole piano riff that Bob did on it. It's really like Billy. I mean, it really sounds like Billy would have played that.
Every time we always come into a show, we'll drive into a show like in the States and everything. We drive into these shows, and especially in the amphitheaters and arenas and stuff. And people are always in the parking lot winding themselves up. They're cooking, they're barbecuing, they're having parties, they're doing all this stuff. And so Johnny and I, this is another track that Bob Marlette and John brought us. And we got together and we wrote the lyrics to Gary, Johnny, and myself. And the deal about it is, it's kind of cool because Johnny and I get to do a duet on it, and together, which we've done before. And it talks about all the rhetoric and stuff, and the show, and people coming into the show, and the night's performance is basically what it comes down to, leading up to the performance. Yeah. And it's just a fun, flat out, in your face rock and roll song.
Talks about our fans, Skynyrd
right?
Nation.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, see, we believe in the Skynyrd Nation. You live inside the arena is the Skynyrd Nation. So there's the nation of
It's got a great riff to it. It's just up
Yeah.
tempo and fun, and something we thought that the album needed, definitely. And our fans are the best. So rock on. I'll say
unright.
that song, this song. Anyway, though, unwrite that song.
Another Jeffrey Steele.
Yeah, another Jeffrey Steele and Tony Mullen, actually another friend of ours, helped us write this one. And instead of, we're always, when you go into a room with a bunch of writers, like, well, let's write a song. I think it was Gary that actually said, hey, no, let's unwrite that song or whatever, And just kind of hooked, and we all said, well, let's write a song about that. And it's basically a love song, but it's got a good feel to it. It's a good vibe, and I think a lot of writers are gonna dig it just because of the theme of it, and one of the few country things I think on the record too. And it's just got a great vibe to it. And I think if you've ever been in love and had your heart broke, you're gonna like this one. It's a song called Floyd that we wrote with John Five, a good friend of ours, myself, Ricky, and Gary Rossington. And it's just a kind of a really spooky Louisiana kind of feel.
Yeah, like a Louisiana bayou kind of thing.
Kind of feel. Yeah.
It talks about this guy that's down in the swamps, and everybody thought he got eaten by a gator, but really in reality he didn't, and he's still hanging around like us. But it came out really good. It was actually the very first song that we wrote with John Five after we were introduced to him, and the very first tune we wrote with him.
Yeah, it's got a great feel to it. Just a real heavy chorus line. Just a fun. It's a fun, mysterious kind of song.
This is a tune that was actually written with two of the writers that wrote with Johnny and his brother Donnie on our last record on the Vicious Cycle Records called Red, White, and Blue, and it's the Warren Brothers. Brett and Benny Hill, or what is his name?
Brett and Benny.
Brett and who?
Brad.
Yeah, Brett and Brad. And what's the matter?
God. Benny Hill. I'm never gonna look at him again.
Leave that in there.
Like Benny Hill.
They'll actually like that. I don't think that was a compliment.
Oh my God, now you got me going.
Anyway,
You caught us on a some sort of day here, my dear.
should we start over again?
You could use some of that.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Anyway, we started talking about, well, actually, we all kind of sat around and they started talking about, how you're not allowed to do certain things, and the rules have gotten so strong about this and that. And it's almost like freedoms are going away. And what we still believed in and what still wanted as far as freedom. And, like Johnny said something about, he says in the song, can't light up under the no smoking sign, And so everything when you look at it as a whole, that ain't the America that we were born and raised in now. It's totally changed, it's totally different, and it's just a song that expresses that. Actually, Red, White, Blue Part 2.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is. Coming back for more, it's a song that we wrote with a friend of ours, Blair Daly in Nashville. And again, another one of the rockers, I think, on the record. It rocks. And a lot of fun writing it. Got a great riff. I'm really not for sure what the song's all about, to be honest, lyrically. I think that's up to the listener.
Well, I think at the time we were writing it thinking about fans who keep, seeing us, coming to see the band every year, and they keep coming back for more of Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah.
And I believe that's what the concept was.
Yeah.
You know, starting out and then just kind of developed in its own way. Pretty well much that.
Here in my neck of the woods where God is great.
That song, we've been getting a lot of people asking us why God and Guns. We're going to name the album God and Guns. And for me, you know what? I'm going to let Ricky say it because he said it even better. You said something the other day that I really liked.
I actually
Kinda
told somebody because somebody asked me about the title itself. You know, you guys are going to kind of get, maybe from the press or from people, you know, a little beat up on, you know, God and Gun. And I said, if you look past the title, the God represents whatever you believe in. You know, your beliefs, whether it be, you know, the God that, you know, that maybe that we believe or you believe or whoever you got that freedom to believe in, or it could represent, you know, your belief in the, you know, the earth or the sky or the moon and stars, whatever your belief is, okay? The Guns part is your freedom to believe in whatever you want to believe in. It's the politics of it all, yes. But it's your freedom to be able to believe in whatever you want to believe in, whatever it might be. And if you look past the title and get into that, that'll lead you into the record. The record has its own beliefs and own freedom into it. And that's what Lynyrd Skynyrd, God and Guns, Lynyrd Skynyrd's always been about the music. And that's what we believe in. And there you go. That's my explanation for it.
Yeah, and it starts out musically. It's kind of, I don't know if you'd call it a country kind of vibe, but it's definitely got a down home feel to it. And we got Jerry Douglas on it playing, and does great
Well,
stuff.
God and Guns, yeah.
God and Guns, and you know, but then at the end it really starts. It just rocks out, and
Yeah.
so it's very unique in that sense.
I also think that as a title, as God and Guns is in this record as a whole, I believe there's a little something for everybody. There's rock, there's southern rock, there's pop in it, there's country, there's blues in it. It goes all the way around the circle. And I believe that's what God and Guns also represents within the record itself.
Yeah. Just got a great riff to it. I like the riff. I
Big
love
time,
the riff.
yeah.
It's one of the few songs on the album that really doesn't have a solo on it.
No.
And which is very different for Lynyrd Skynyrd. And I loved singing. I thought it was great. And we were going through a lot, of course, losing our friends and everything. And it just says, you know, the sun's going to come out and shine on us all. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. And through lyrics that we wrote, I think we really hit it with that song.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool song. I do love the riff in that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a good riff.
We just lost our bass player and our keyboard player at the beginning of '09 here. And this was dedicated to Billy Powell. And basically it's about having gifted hands. And for me personally, I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, God above, and He has gifted hands. You know, by these hands we are fed. And so I think it's just a great song. It ends with a lot of music. Great way to end the CD. For us, I think for Gary Rosington, I think it's a great way to say goodbye to his brother through song and through me and Ricky too.
Yeah.
And just a wonderful song.
Drinking man, he had no plan, but he played the bird.
Just go buy the damn thing, okay?